Come on. What are we doing? Teaching him how to use the lead. He's just got no interest. Come on. Come on, man. Stop fighting it. It's okay.
We're going back.
We're taking him home.
Yeah.
We totally failed to take him on the lead. He refuses point blank to use it. Did you use a bad word?
No.
Yes, you did. You used a bad word. I'll cut that out.
Really? Oh wow, really?
Now that we're not
coming.
using the leash, he wants to come with us. Of course he does. Okay? So we turned around because there was a scary dog.
Mm-hmm. And
what
now...
What if the scary dog comes back? You're gonna run and hide? I'll scare him off. I'm manly. I'll do that. I don't care.
Mango.
Oh, there's one. There's a mango. How's it going, folks? Welcome to the video. Today's background noise brought to you by roosters, dogs, local rapscallions, and my girlfriend teaching. I shouldn't, poo-poo on that too much because she's actually the only person bringing home any bacon in that she has a job and I do not. So there's that. I'm getting a job though. End of the week, I'll have a job. I'm pretty excited about that. Gonna make some respectable, earnings to, feed myself and her here. That'll be good. Other than that, on Rocky, like you saw at the start of the video, we brought him back to where we were walking to, not on the leash, and we were confronted by that scary dog, and they were totally fine together. Day was totally freaking out. It was really funny. Didn't record it, of course, but yeah, they were totally fine. They just kind of sniffed each other, looked at each other, and then the dog got called by its owner, and it went home, and that was the end of that. It was totally fine. Yeah, so cool. Anyway, let's get into the topic of today's video, which is Eugenia Cooney. Again, not wanting to become that a theme of this channel. It is the second time I made a video about her, but it's not really a criticism of her, more a discussion on the situation, what's going on, and a look, my opinion on how we're treating things, and I think an oversight that's occurring, or a bit of an oversight that's occurring. So yeah, I of course made a petition that said that. Let's talk about the petition and why I think it's not a good idea to ban her from YouTube. So the petition is something that I saw online. It's obviously been since shut down since it first cropped up, but it got a hell of a lot of signatures, over 18,000, which you probably know. That's pretty drastic, and it is to straight up get her off of YouTube, to stop her from pervading a bad influence and stuff like that, as people do generally seem to agree that she is a bit of a bad influence. I want to talk about, however, the potential for her to be a very, very good influence in the long run, because I think that's something that people are overlooking, and I think it's very important to consider. So one thing that I want to say at first is that, for better or for worse, her influence is already out there. She's made many, many, many videos, attracted quite a large following of likely very impressionable young people, people who will look at her and her body and think that is something that they might want to emulate. That definitely not awesome. That is definitely not awesome. I will never dispute that. It's not good, it's not healthy. But it's already happened, okay? And I do not think that taking her off of YouTube will erase that. But, like I want to get to, I don't think this is the end of the world for a few reasons, for quite a few reasons in fact. As I kind of mentioned in my Tumblr post that I wrote about this, I feel that one day her content is something that she will personally look back on, many years from now and say, wow, gosh, look at the person I was then. I'm much healthier now. I'm much better now. I feel that the content I make now is much better, and the influence that I have is much better. And as such, the fact that she's posting this particular content right now is just a progression, is a stage on the way to that much better person, and as such she can be a really, really good role model for people. Rooster, damn it. Yeah, this place can be a total noise box at times. It's because the walls are so thin, but obviously, it makes a lot of sense that the walls are thin because it's an extremely hot country, and really, really, really thick, well-insulated walls would just be like a total oven. So, just get used to hearing background noise. I'm really sorry. So like I said, I think that she has a lot of potential for good, because a person's channel and a person's channel progression isn't just the content they make in the here and now, and a person's channel and their career history on YouTube and their their whole video catalog isn't just a snapshot of one moment in time. It's a depiction of their growth as a person and their journey as a person. It starts off from day one with them, you know, tentatively turning the camera on and expressing themselves, putting themselves out there, and it grows eventually into a much more confident, coherent personality that is putting itself out there and expressing itself in the sphere that is the online community, the online world. What I want to consider is this, what I want to state is this, that like when a person does this, they're not just making one simple entry into the internet. It is not like one statement, it is a series of statements and a long, you know, a long sort of map of growth, of personal growth. And I think that what we're witnessing right now, what stage we are at now, is just the beginning stage for her. Right now she is perhaps undeniably a bad influence in a lot of ways, and I've said that already, but as I've already also said, there's potential for good, there is great potential for good, and what will result, you know, at the end of the day, once things turn around, if and indeed when things turn around for her, and she starts to become more healthy, more self-aware, in the respect that she knows that she's not totally, you know, totally healthy and totally, you know, sound in her mind. Once she realizes that and starts cataloging that and starts recording her journey to health, to recovery, that's what we'll have. We will have that. In addition to the bad stuff, the negative stuff, we will also have this other stuff, and it will serve as, you know, an example, as, you know, a mirror for people who are going through the same thing. Perhaps in years to come there will be young girls, young guys who look at her videos, you know, her older videos, and think, wow, okay, maybe I would have wanted to become like this, except they see her older, they see her newer videos, and they think, oh gosh, look what road she went down, look what damage she did to herself, look how hard it was for her to come back from the brink. I've now decided that I won't be doing the same thing, that I'll be taking her advice, the advice of, you know, Eugenia in 2020, in 2025, when she's a much healthier person, you know, and a much better example and stuff like that. And that's why I don't think she should be shut down, because life is long, okay? Life is really, really, really long, and while an eating disorder is a very serious thing, it's not something that kills a person outright. It's something that slowly degrades a person, and while it can definitely damage them in many ways, physically, emotionally, mentally, it's still the kind of thing you can so totally recover from, so totally come back from, even if you're quite far gone. And I think that cutting her short, removing her voice, her, you know, potential for influence on the internet, good, honest influence on the internet, will make it so that there is only the negative stuff remaining on her channel, and negative memories and negative impressions of her, negative influence from her on the internet, and not the potential for honest, true good that she could put out there. Because I can turn around and, you know, preach all day long about how you have to eat right, how you have to be healthy, and how you have to think positive. But coming from me, it's not the same as coming from somebody who has been through something like she has. And so I don't want to cut short her potential. I wouldn't want to see her potential being cut short for really good, honest, from the heart content about how it's possible to come back from something like this, about how it's possible to have dealt with something that really consumes your mind and your body, but to come back from it and to be okay, and to be able to report about it, to be able to talk about your struggle personally, because it's your lived experience, and thus benefit people, benefit your audience, benefit new people who are coming through, seeing your content, and are moments away from making bad decisions. I think that that is why it's incredibly important not to censor her, even though right now what we're seeing from her isn't perfect, is not ideal, okay? So that's what I have to say about that. And the note that I want to end on is that that's exactly what I hope from her, from her and her channel. I hope that, you know, in a year's time, in 2 years' time, maybe even more, hopefully not though, that she goes, oh gosh, look what I've been doing. You know, look at the person that I was, let's turn this around, let's start a road to recovery. And there's a series from her that's like, you know, putting on weight, exercising, doing X, Y, and Z, connecting with people, talking with my parents about this, doing all sorts of things to turn it around, to recover, to come back, for people to see, you know, because it's dishonest to portray just the bright side of life on social media, and that's a big deal on social media. We really only, you know, do the highlights, the happy stuff, the good stuff, the stuff that makes us look really favorable in a really good light. But that's not the truth of a human life, of a human experience. People are flawed, people make mistakes, people go down roads that they regret going down one day. She is just partway down her road, and we shouldn't write her off. We shouldn't write off or discard her potential for good. And so, this petition is wrong to me in this regard. I really feel as though she's not finished yet. Really, hopefully she's not finished yet, and she'll turn around one day and be able to provide a guiding light for people who were in her shoes today, you know? And I think that she can be really, really valuable in that respect. And I don't think she deserves a hell of a lot of criticism because she has such potential for good, you know? Like I said, coming from me, this is really rich, but coming from somebody like her who's been through it, so influential, so much potential for good. It's really, really amazing. So yeah, that's the video. That's what I want to say. A note on my content, just really quickly before I finish. I am sorry for mumbling. I'm sorry for being incredibly sweaty and pacing a lot. I'm working on all of this. I am quite new to the medium, like I said. I'm dealing with background noise issues and stuff like that. If I have a fan on, it's super loud. If I don't have a fan on, because I'm super Irish, I just turn into death immediately, and it's really bad. So yeah, I do apologize. If it's really hard to look at me, just minimize the screen and totally listen to the audio. Yesterday's video was well over 20 minutes long, and that was kind of scary. I didn't realize I was talking for that long, and then I couldn't cut anything. So yeah, just bear with me while I get my head around this this whole YouTube thing. It's fun. It's fun. It's not really being very, you know, rewarding right now, and that I'm not getting much feedback, but it's still fun. It's still worth it. So yeah, cool. Stick with me and whatnot. But yeah, that is the end of the video. So yeah, I hope you had a reasonable time. Hope you thought some thoughts, and take care.